Hi everyone, my name is Phyllis and I'm the owner of Mad Moody Quilting Fabrics. Today I'm going to show you how I like to do my English paper piecing. I've been working on a project for a little while now and I'm going to show you the pieces that I work with and how I put the fabric onto the cardstock shapes and how I sew my pieces together. Now, the shapes are, this is a hexagon, and this is what it looks like. All right, and these are 50 pieces for $5 made out of cardstock, 1.75 inches. Now that means from this edge to that edge is 1.75 inches. Okay, so that is the hexagon. Then there is the Equilateral Triangle. Okay, this one is 150 pieces, $8. And again, this edge from here to here, each side is 1.75. So it will fit nicely onto your hexagon. Then to fill in your pieces, I have the 60-degree angled diamond. That's 50 pieces for $5. Again, it's 1.75 inches, and that means this edge, these edges all the way around is 1.75 inches. All right, now to put the pieces together, so this one is made with one hexagon, 6 small equilateral triangles, and 6 60-degree diamonds, and you get this beautiful hexagon star. To put this one together with this one, I use a larger equilateral triangle, and that is 3.5 inches. So this edge here, from here to here, is 3.5 inches. In one package, you will have 50 pieces for $5. So these are all available on my website at madmoodyquiltingfabrics.com, and I will put the link down below for each of these items and any other items that I sell that I'm demoing with today. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you how I put my pieces together and how I prep all my pieces. So I've started this one. I have one more diamond to put in right here. So I'm going to show you how I do that. So I'm going to get my stuff out. So we have a nice cutting board. I have, of course, I can't find the ruler now. Oh, there it is. Okay, and I have my ruler, and I have my little cutting thing. I'm just going to give this a quick iron because it's still, I've ironed it, but it's still not smooth. So I'm just going to give this a quick iron. All right, so I use double-sided Scotch tape on the back of my diamond. Before I use that, I also like to take my hole puncher and put a hole in the center. It just makes it a little easier for me to get these out if they're stuck. But these are larger pieces. If you're working with really tiny pieces, I think the hole is more needed than anything. I'm going to use some double-sided tape to go on the back of this diamond, and that will hold this fabric. That will hold the cardstock onto the fabric. It's only there to hold it. Now I use a 5/8 of an inch. No, sorry. Correction. 3/8 of an inch seam allowance when I do my English paper piecing. God. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this around. I like to use a small, this does rotate, but I'm working with a very small piece, and I can move it. And because I taped it down, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't move too easily on me. It doesn't shift or come off because I've put double-sided tape and I've taped the cardstock to the fabric. So it's kind of easy to lift that. So there, this piece is all ready to go. And now I'm going to show you how I like to glue for my English paper piecing instead of base, because I use heavy cardstock for my pieces because I want that edge to be sharp when I sew it together. Now I use a glue pen from Sewline. I will put the link for this down below on my website also, and you can, I like using the pens because the glue surface is much smaller than using the glue that you can, the wash away glue that you can buy at Staples or Bio Go or any of those office supply stores places. So I just pull a little bit out. Now when you glue this, you're going to start at this point, and when you do any of the other, you start and you go in the same direction. So if you start gluing this way, you do all your sides in that direction, and I'll show you how I do that. So you can put your glue, you don't need a lot, you just need enough to hold the fabric down till it's sewn. Okay, now I've started here, I'm going to do this one next. So I'm going to turn my piece and do that one. And then I'm going to turn my piece and do that one. And the reason why is because these little points here, you want them to go in opposite directions. And then now the last piece. Oopity. And there you are. That's all done. Always put your cap back on because you don't want your glue to dry out. So there you are. It's done. So now I'm going to show you how I sew these together. Now I'm going to start here. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to work out one way, and then I'm going to come back to the center and tie back on and work out the other way. Now I have a thread. Now you'll notice that I'm using white thread. Oh, this is not finished yet. So I'm just going to, so now when I do this, I take from above here. Let me see if I can get a little closer in. There we go. All right. So when I do this, I want to sew on this side. Some people take their pieces. Let me see if I can get out another piece and show you what I mean. Some people, they sew it where they butt them both up like this, and then they whip stitch it. I don't like doing that. I like to take the pieces and nestle them together and line them up, and I sew on this side of the cardstock, this side. And the reason I do that is because I don't want thread to show on this side, and I will show you what I mean. Let me just, where's that needle? Okay, there's the needle. Let me just see if I can get this done. So I just stay on this side of the cardstock, and I just do a whip stitch, and I leave them flat. And this is the reason why I want the extra seam allowance, because when you're taking stitches on either, and this, when you're taking stitches on, you're taking nice big chunks and you're pulling them tight so you can pull the pieces together. And I just find that it's better to work that way. So that's what I do. And it doesn't matter what color thread you do. It doesn't matter if your stitches are tiny, because it's not going to show on what you need to do is just do your stitches close enough that it will hold when the cardstock is out. And I'm having problems doing this because I'm not sitting to do this. So and these stitches look really, now I pull this little tab away because I want to keep it free. So if I have to iron it in the different direction when I go and put other pieces together on this edge, I can keep it all free. And I'm almost finished to the edge, and then I can show you what, and actually I will show you. Now I didn't bother cutting out, just noticed I didn't bother. You don't really need to, but some people like it, so you can, you don't have to. These size pieces you really don't have to put, to cut away. So now I'm going to get a dark one here. Now I've used, on the back here you can see that I've used some just off-white thread. On the front, you cannot see my stitches on the front. And the reason for that is because I'm sewing from this side of the cardstock. All right? So I hope that you enjoy this and you maybe want to try. I will put all the links of the products that I've shown you down below. And happy quilting and enjoy. Thank you for watching and taking the time to watch. Bye.